So today with us on Stool Talk, we have with us a special guest, City of Toledo legend, one who really put in the hard work on the court and even off the court in the classroom. A scholar, one who's been around for a long time, standout at her college university, which we will talk about. Over 1,000 points scored, ranked 22 in her school's history. Over 200 steals. Man, just what more can you say? A complete player all around. We have with us today, Miss Sasha Dailey. How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. The stat that I really loved the best was you had them 200 steals. You was out there thieving. Eastern Michigan, like you was really on the defensive end. A lot of people look at the scoring. What stood out with me was, man, she got over 200 steals.
Yeah,
And
with that though, I feel like that came from before I was an upperclassman there, just trying to figure out how to stay in the game, really
yeah,
doing
yeah.
whatever you got to do to stay on the court.
Wow, wow. So how important is that for the youth that might be watching that need to know, like, what can I do to get extra minutes? Like, what do I need to do? How important is
Man,
that for
you
them to do that?
yeah, like so that I've always been like a really athletic kid. I ran track too, so very athletic. But when you get to college, everybody's good. Everybody was the best player in high school. Everybody was the top kid. So now you're competing. You got to figure out ways like, okay, I'm playing under some girls. I got to figure out what I can do to get in the game. So I'm playing under a really good girl, a great girl, Janae Morton. She was great. I'm playing underneath her. She's really good, scoring, defense. But if she foul, I know that she gonna foul. I'm gonna get in the game. So now I got to figure out how can I stay in the game. You got to do the little stuff. You got to dive on the floor. You got to go try to steal a ball. You got to play defense. You can't think about scoring
Yeah,
because that's not your role. Scoring is not everybody's role. You got to figure out something completely different from scoring, even if you're a scorer. At that moment, you're on the court, you're not there to score because God forbid you miss a shot your freshman year in college.
yeah.
They're taking you right out the game because you shouldn't have shot that shot anyway.
So having somebody good and ahead of you, did that push you? Did that have you just wanting to be better because you knew, like, when your opportunity come, you wanted to be ready?
Yes, of course, of course. And she was a very great leader to me, taking me under her wing, pushing me on the court, off the court, weight room, making me stronger, making me see the game in a different way, not to move so fast, be patient, and just take it all in, really. Like it's a blessing to just even be there, be a part of a team like that, or even on that level. It was great to do that.
Yeah, so the type of mindset you had and you so humble and so excessive. I think the last time I seen you in Toledo, did you work at the Enterprise?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, that's the last time I seen you, and you still had the same demeanor, great, helpful, caring, always there for others. You had that demeanor, but on a basketball court, it was all about business. Where did this happen? Like, what age were you when you first started playing basketball?
So I actually I had to call my dad, man. I couldn't remember back that far. So according to him, I started playing in kindergarten, but I didn't really join the team until second grade. And I joined Good as Gold as my first basketball team.
Okay. When did you really start developing a love for it and seeing that you were really good? Like, when did that start happening?
Um, I feel like back when I was going to the Wayman Palmer, man, just playing with like coaches up there. Coach Troy was my coach. Playing with him, he let me play on the boys team, playing against the boys. A lot of great players played at the Wayman Palmer. So getting an opportunity to play with them, and then the older girls getting to play. What I was probably in the third or fourth grade, getting to play with the sixth grade girls. That's when I knew I liked it. I wanted to compete. I didn't want to lose. Very competitive, but just like putting in the work and wanting to be in the gym hooping all the time.
Yeah. So now people in the area know who you at. You at Rogers. You playing hard. Your name is bringing you. Making these accolades and you doing it. When did Division 1 become a reality? Like, man, I'm close. Or did you even want to go? Or did the offer start? Like, how did that happen as far as that transition?
Oh yeah, for sure. That like I not to be cocky, I knew I was gonna go play basketball in college. I knew. You don't work that hard to not go, you know. So I knew I was gonna go. Um, Knowing what level and stuff, I feel like I knew in the eighth grade I was gonna go play Division 1 basketball, but
Wow.
that's just how hard I work. Going to Detroit and playing for the Michigan crossover, going out of town, going to exposure camps, doing every single thing. Not really having the childhood of hanging out with your friends, but hanging out with your teammates in the gym, working out. Doing that, I just kind of knew like, no, I'm gonna go somewhere. This is gonna take me somewhere.
Yeah. Do you think that's a lost art now with people working on their game, young ladies as well, even putting in the extra work? I know we have distractions, social media and all like that. How can we get it back to where ball is life and to where we building these schools and these players that's able to, really play basketball?
I mean, I would say it's definitely on the kid. Like you gotta want it. It gotta be in you. Like that to dedicate your life to something like that, you gotta really want that. But then
Yeah.
again, it's like you gotta have that support too. A lot of kids don't have support. A lot of kids don't have people showing up to the games for them or pushing them or even just uplifting them when they have bad games or they did something wrong. It's coaches out here that does that. I know a few great coaches out here that does that, but a lot of kids, man, once they leave the coaches, they don't have no other type of support. So it's very hard. So I would just say just being in the community, being a support to the kids, man. Even if it's a kid you don't know, just like support them, let them know they're doing good, keep it up, because that could go a long way. You never know how that can make a kid feel.
Yeah, definitely. And what you said too about community, having community, because you hear a lot of people saying, "What's the problem?" But ain't nobody taking initiative. That's why I love to see the Coach Flemings, the Coach Kavanaughs, doing the extra training sessions and
Right.
being there and being accessible so they can get the skills. Um, how was it when you were in high school with the AAU circuit? Was a lot of the best players on one team? Was it spread out? Because like a lot of time you getting all these top players on one team, so the other teams that they're playing, the players don't got no skill set, so they on the team and they're not developing that way. Was it the same way when you were on there?
Like you said in AAU.
Yeah.
Well, kind of not really though. Like I said, I play AAU up in Michigan. And I didn't even play AAU for most of high school. I played it
Okay.
in like junior high, maybe my first 2 years of high school. But no, I feel like back then everybody was hoopers. So like, no matter where you played at, you was playing against somebody just as good as you. Everybody was hooping. Like
Yeah.
everybody, everybody was pretty good.
Yeah. For those players that's looking to play next level basketball, what helped you make your decision to, pick the school you went to, and what should they be looking at, and what things should they be trying to, understand before they make a commitment to a university?
Yeah. So when I picked the school I was going to, I thought about like the family base of it. So I wasn't the only one that went there from Rogers. So you had Sharon Sweeney, Tori
Yeah.
Easley, and Cabria Walker. They all went. We all played in high school together. So me and Tori went the same year. Cabria and Shay were already there. Kind of was a no brainer for me. Just going to play with players I already knew, know the chemistry, and I know like if I ask them questions about the team, they not gonna lie to me about it. So just understanding that. Then also at the time, my brother was a year older than me. He was also going there trying to run track and stuff. So I thought that would have been pretty cool to, be in college with him. But I think when
Yeah.
kids are like thinking about that or considering going to the next level, they should definitely think about what I didn't think about was getting away from home. I don't think I wanted to stay near home so that, my parents can come watch me play. It's not that far. But
Yeah.
I do feel like I wish I would have went a little bit further because it's a lot of world out here, but I was scared of the world being out here, just being uncomfortable. You can't
Yeah.
be afraid to be uncomfortable. You'll eventually adjust and be comfortable to your new surroundings and everything like that. Um, just thinking about that, knowing the team, knowing the history of the team, knowing the coach, what they're about, how they are, if they care about their players and things like that. I was lucky enough to have that, so that was a blessing. But just doing your research really on it
Yeah.
and
So,
making it your decision. Like nobody else should have a part in your decision. It should be something you fully want to do within you.
Yeah. Well, what would you say to like those players that can't play D1? Because a lot of times people are so caught up into playing D1, they go to a D1 school now and they're not playing versus going somewhere where they can play or
Right.
a better fit because they're gonna find you wherever you at. You know, people gonna see
Right.
your
If you good enough, they gonna find you for sure.
yeah. Yeah. So what would
Um, I would tell them like if you get a D2, D3, if that's all you get, I would go there. If you go D1 and you seeing like I'm not really about to play, but I know I'm good enough to play, go to the school where you know you could play. Like you said, they gonna find you. But if you sitting on a bench, they gonna forget about you pretty much. Like if you sitting there for a purpose, like I said, I was sitting on the bench freshman year, but I knew like I'm gonna get in, I'm gonna do something. This where I'm supposed to be. But like
yeah.
if you feeling like no, I ain't gonna do it. Don't wait until it's too long and you sitting on the bench for a couple years. Might as well go ahead, transfer, or just consider that D3, D2, because the D1 can find you from there. You might just need to develop on one particular thing, and then they see you. Now you D1. It happens to a lot of players.
Yeah. So as you in your college years and you playing basketball, you playing at a high level, when did career become an idea or thought? Did you wait till you got towards the end? Was it like in between? Like how did that process happen?
Like life after basketball,
Yeah.
man. That really didn't even hit me until like when I graduated in April of 2018. I don't think I figured it like I don't think it hit me that I was done until like maybe 3 or 4 months after. Like it was
Wow.
it was killing me at first.
Are you still in the with the wellness and still teaching as well?
Yes.
Okay. So how has that been?
That's been good. Like with the wellness program that I was working with, um, it was just working with the kids in the community, taking them to do stuff, taking them to see different things, talking to them, listening to them, just really seeing where their mental is, letting them know they have somebody there.
Yeah.
I generally feel like my purpose on this earth, on in the world, is to like help the kids. So, I love doing stuff like that. And then where I work at, it's like a behavior school, Westfield High School. Um, I love it. Like I feel like all those kids are like, of course they have behavior problems, but it ain't. You feel me? It's just they just need some love, really. Like they just
Yeah.
need somebody to be there for them, listen to them, care about them.
Yeah, so that was like the double thing for me as far as even doing my research on you, and even knowing about that, me having a heart for helping people with disability, behavior
Mhm.
problems, and all like that. Because like you said, they need somebody in community. Never giving up on those who think don't nobody care about me. A lot of them acting up because they know don't nobody care. So when they get somebody like you that's
Right,
really there, that really wants to be the difference, it makes an impact. Now the world is a better place because of workers like you, because of your heart, because you care, versus just not letting them go along through the systems and things like that.
right.
Have you ever thought about like coaching? Did you ever coach for a minute? Did you ever train, or you just watch
Oh
and
yeah,
spectate?
yeah. So I was coaching at Rogers. This was a couple years ago. Was doing junior high basketball. Assisting with high school and everything. Loved it, but I felt like it took up too much of my life, so I didn't want to do it anymore. Not necessarily quit on the kids, but help in a different type of way and still have a
Yeah,
life. But
facts.
I do train. I still train. I get kids and I train them. We do basketball stuff, the fundamentals, talk to them why we training, we figuring out what we could do different, just helping any way I can, just to make them better.
So if how can people reach out to you if they need your assistance in training them, or even as a mentor about basketball or whatever?
Right. So on Facebook, of course, Sasha Dailey, Instagram, Sasha Dailey. I do have business cards with my phone number on it, so you can find me through there. You know, you can see me out anywhere really, but mainly Facebook and Instagram. I see the messages. I'll get back to you as soon as I can.
Yeah. What are your future goals or aspirations, even in the programs you got going and that you with right now? Do you see yourself opening up something yourself and having something like what you work in, helping less fortunate, helping the behavior and kids like that?
Yeah, for sure. Eventually, probably just opening up like my own type of business to where just working with kids, like a facility where they can come do basketball, they can come chill, like my own little personal boys and girls club, basically.
Yeah.
Something like that.
And I think that's what's missing right like now is places and avenues that they can go even to develop, even to be around kids, but even to play basketball like we had the Boys and Girls Club. I know the Douglas Center is still there. We had the hoops and different things like that. And
Right.
even Steve Mix, I heard they don't even have basketball out there. It's like all volleyball and some stuff like that. Like
Yeah.
we need something like that to help the kids to be able to develop. What do you think about the state of girls basketball right now? Besides your Rogers Rams that's winning everything.
Yeah, shout out to them.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah.
I don't know. I like as far as the city, like in the city, or just
Or
like
in general.
um, I feel like in college they're doing their thing for sure. They
Yeah.
get the little NIL deals, they hooping. I feel like college basketball, WNBA, they're doing what they're supposed to do. As far as high school, I can't really speak for everywhere, but like here, I just feel like it's it's not enough work. Like we're not really working. Like most girls are. I'm not gonna take it from a lot of girls because a lot of girls are out here working, putting that work in for sure. But a lot of girls aren't. Um, but it's just like they just need some guidance, somebody to push them to be in the gym. Just it's just different. Like it's different.
And having healthy conversations like this is gonna help. And I know, like I was on here talking with Ronell Isom, shout out to him, Tori Blanchard, shout out to her. Like we were just talking about getting the girls and getting the young athletes back together and, trying to help develop them in ways we can because it's a lot of people that can seeing, okay, what can we do as, people that's looking over on people that's got input or people that can probably, have influence. What can we do? Because if we not doing nothing or going the extra mile, then we just leaving them, for dead basically because they do lack the skills because
Right.
they ain't putting in the work. And that's how you get better just playing.
Right. Literally just going out there and hooping.
Yeah, yeah. So like, man, it's very needed, and I just appreciate you for even taking your time to come because, like I said, this conversation being heard, being able to be accessible, people seeing you because a lot of people know you and followed your career just to see and even pick your brain to get a mindset. Why was she the type of player she was? That's because she worked hard, she had confidence, she knew that she was gonna be able to be that player that she was supposed to be. What would you say to a young girl that may be struggling between wanting to play but stuck being around friends or one foot up, one foot out of the streets? What would you say to that?
Really just make your mind up. Like it comes down to tough love, really. Like
Yeah.
you just gotta tell them like either you want to do it or you don't. Nobody gonna play with you. Nobody's gonna force you. That's how I was. I had a moment where I'm telling my dad like, all right, now this is too much, dude. You keep sending me out of town. I can't never do nothing. I don't want to play no more.
You
He let me
said
quit for
that?
like a day. Then I'm
Oh,
like,
it's
yeah,
for real?
yeah. I'm like, I'm done. He like, all right, I'm done. You done. So I quit for maybe like a day. But it's me knowing who I am,
Yeah,
knowing this you don't really want to quit. Suck it up. And I said it. I did it like I went somewhere and talked when I was in college and I said everything. I'm like, man, I used to be so mad. My dad, my mom, they used to let me do nothing. But now that I'm older, I understand and I'm thankful for them. My dad, my mom, my stepmom just pushing me to go do the
yeah,
sports. You can't go nowhere. All right, it is what it is at this point. You don't see it when you're a kid, but you thank them and you understand when you're older. So if you're a kid not knowing what you want to do, you really just got to figure it out for yourself. Can't nobody make you do anything. But when you
yeah,
make your mind up, if you decide to do it, you feel me? Find somebody that's gonna help you be great at it.
yeah.
Help you stay in it.
Do you go speak to kids and teams and stuff still?
I don't like I don't like go to no schools or nothing like that. But if I see a kid if I'm somewhere sitting down and a kid come talk to me, even if I don't want to talk, I'm gonna sit there and listen to them, and I'm gonna talk back with them and give them feedback because they need that.
Yeah, yeah. Well, dang. I appreciate this, man, and I thank you for coming on. But I need you to continue to be that inspiration, and your voice needs to be heard. Like I said, and that's why I wanted you to be on the platform to hear what you had to say and just to pick your brain about the different things that's coming on. Because, like you said, the key word is purpose. Here on Stool Talk, we walk in our purpose on purpose, and that's what you doing in your purpose and knowing that you is not trying to do nothing else, not trying to figure it out. You know that you're being impactful to the kids, and that's what's great and that's what's needed. So we just thank you for taking this time out.
Of course, of course.
Yep, yep. Appreciate it, man. You keep doing what you're doing. I pray blessings on you, that you be safe and that God be able to use you and even give you favor in every arena that you need it, even opening up your thing, and I can't wait till it happen because I'm gonna be like, man, she said that, and you're gonna be amazing as well.
Thank you. I appreciate
Uh,
that.
Thank
Thank you
you.
for having me on here. This was dope.
Yep, yep. We'll be in touch.
All right.
Yep.